All right, welcome to the first video of the channel. It is your boy, Everyday Tech Villain. So we're just gonna get right into it. So originally born and raised St. Louis, Missouri. Moved down to Dallas in 2021 and been here ever since. I am 21, about to go on 22 this May. And yeah, I just want to go ahead and break down my story of how I got into tech. It's been a year. So really just all started when I came down here in 2021, broke, sleeping on mom's couch. I had no clue what I wanted to do with my life. I was just lost. So, started working at Target and getting my little Target paychecks. Shout out Target, man, it really came through for you, boy. Um, and yeah, working at Target, leaving there, going to do sales, leaving there, then started working in a warehouse, and not necessarily a warehouse, but plastic manufacturer. And yeah, that's where I really started to take change. Things started to take a change for me in life because I got tired hopping from job to job to job to job. So I sat down. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do to get myself out of the situation? I'm tired of being broke. I don't have a car. Um, I think I didn't even have my license at the time. No, did I? I think I did. No, I got my license at 19. Um, but yeah, so I was like, man, what am I gonna do? So, it's time I started, really start back working out heavy again. So we're trying to make quality of life changes, waking up more early, working out, listening to motivational content. So how it all really started for me was one day scrolling through TikTok. I came across this guy on TikTok, Taylor on Tech. So shout out to him. And he started talking about cybersecurity and the money you can make, the things he does in cyber and all that kind of stuff. So I just went down the rabbit hole. I just swiping, went through all his videos. I was going through all his videos on TikTok. And I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm looking for. I'm like, I need this in my life. So after that, I just kind of went down. I'm like, all right, what do I need to get into cybersecurity? Because I'm trying to get in right away. I'm trying to make that money. And so at the time, my mom was already working in IT. She'd been working in IT for like over 16 years. And she kind of done everything in IT. So I wanted to pick her brain a little bit, but she was like, no, you don't want no parts of this. You don't want to be in IT. You don't want to. So she was pretty jaded at the time for being in IT so long. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to figure this out on my own. So I started looking at different roles and how much they pay and all this kind of stuff. And so then it came down to her like, all right, cool. So first thing I realized, I'm like, oh, you can't just get straight into cybersecurity. Even if you're coming out of college, you can't get straight into cybersecurity. So I'm like, okay, what do I need to do before cybersecurity? IT. All right, cool. All right, so what am I gonna do in IT to get myself in cybersecurity? So after watching like hundreds of videos and just going down the rabbit hole, I don't know. Okay, I need to get to at least a system admin role. But before I can even get to the system admin role, I need to get to the help desk. And then for the help desk, I might have to do something else to even get to the help desk. So I'm like, okay, what do I even need to qualify to get these jobs? I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm learning CompTIA, all these different certs. So I'm like, all right, let me go down the CompTIA route and let me start starting from A+. So March 2022. Yeah, March 2022. So started starting for my CompTIA A+. So while at work, so this plastic manufacturing job, I was at first I was just there on the machine, so it was a pretty chill job to where they let us watch YouTube, all this kind of stuff, and be on our phone. As long as we get our job done at our machine, we just stand there, take the part out, cut off the extra plastic, throw it in the box. But around this time, I'm trying to move up within the company, so I'm becoming a machine mold technician. So pretty much driving around a forklift, carrying, at the end of the forklift, dangling is like a 5, 6, 7 ton mold, stainless steel mold about to be put in a machine. So I was pretty much becoming a machine mold technician / machine technician. So every chance I'm getting, so this honestly kind of freed up more time because when I'm not putting something in a machine, I'm just sitting in, the forklift, watching videos and educating. Every time I'm on lunch break, I'm watching my CompTIA course on Udemy. So I'm just consuming. So in May, the first week of May that year, so this is like 2 months later, I took my first CompTIA exam. It was like the 1001. So I passed that, flying colors. I'm like, all right, cool. So now it's time to do this 1002. There's two parts to it. So, so tried doing the 1002, failed that, bombed. I'm like, I was defeated. I'm like, no, now I can't get into tech. So I'm feeling real defeated around this time. So I take the second part in June, and I realized I wasn't ready because the second 1002 wasn't really sticking in my head. So I'm thinking I was a failure because I can't get this down. So I'm just kind of defeated. So I tried to schedule another one further out, but ultimately I ended up failing. So also around this time in June, I started to do like meetup groups and find like-minded people that are in tech space and just pick people's brains and just pick up some game. So I started going to different tech meetups to meet some really cool people and very interesting people. So a lot of game. Then I met one of my homies to this day, Ezzy. So he was a recruiter. So he gave me a lot of game on about the recruiting side because mind you, I'm coming in trying to get into this field. Mind you, I also had quit my job in either June or May. I forget. I think it was June. I quit my job in June because I was tired of working there. So I just got my first little tax return. So your boy's feeling like the man. I got like $3,000 back. I bought me an iPhone 13 Pro. I switched over to iPhone at that time too. It was the first ever iPhone, and a friend buddy convinced me to get it, and I was just living off this, tax return money, and I realized it kind of just dwindled down, so it just slowly disappeared. Not slowly, but quickly. So I'm like, yeah, I need money. I need a job. So what I end up doing is I'm going to these meetup events, and at this time too, I'm also applying religiously. I wasn't going to let that 1002 stop me from still applying. So I'm applying to whatever I can entry level. So I realized the best thing entry level for me would be repair. So eventually I did get like a staff and recruiter to reach out to me. Hey, we'd like to bring you in and do like a little test to see if you can repair some of these things. Mind you, I don't have any repair experience, but what they did was they first held a class, and she shows you all the components in the laptop. We were repairing Lenovo's, so they had a whole bunch of us in a room, and they had a laptop in front of us, and they would show us. They had like a demonstration taught us for 15-20 minutes. This component, this is that component, this is that component, and then we had to pick a test where we had to take it all out and put it back in within a certain time frame, and it had to be done right. So after this, so they had one by one went down, and I did mine, so it wasn't too hard. But anybody that has done a laptop repair, the NIC, the Wi-Fi Bluetooth NIC in there is honestly the hardest part. The little tweezers, trying to put that connect on, just a little track, a little tidbit. But yeah, so I'm trying to. So essentially, past that, that's the next thing. I'm starting working at this giant repair house, and so it's a whole bunch of us. It's a whole bunch of us in this warehouse repairing laptops. So I like to call it the sweatshop. That's my favorite place to call it because it was like sweatshop. It was owned by a Taiwanese company, and they worked us. And yes, I started working there. So I got my feet wet just doing laptop repair. Super simple, making like $16 an hour. I was just happy to have my feet, my feet in the water. So around this time, I'm learning more about Indeed, LinkedIn, and just kind of realizing, okay, Indeed really ain't it. So it's all about LinkedIn. And so I'm just getting little job offers here and there for this, doing the same thing, more laptop repair or just for any kind of repair tech. But just for a little bit more dollar, about $20, $25. The highest I've seen at the time was like 30 something. I'm like, whoa. But same time, it's either like, I don't want to go down this path of just doing repair. I want to do something more than repair. I want to be on the software side of things. I want to be able to get hands on. So I'm at this job for about, worked that job for about 3-4 months. But while my second to last month being there, I got the opportunity to, when work got slow, so I was able to get an opportunity to work in the server room. Like I said, closed mouth don't get fed. So I overheard manager mention something about the server room, the server team, and I'm like, I need that. So when work was slow, I hit up the manager like, hey, can I work there right now? My team, we don't have any work really to do. I want to see, can I work in the server room, the server team? He's like, all right, cool, I'll think about it. So next thing you know, like a week later, they come with me. So we walk the server room, into the server team, and so I start working on Nvidia servers. And with that got me a lot of great experience. So introduced to Ubuntu. I got learned about all the components in the CPU, the I/O boards, the two big block, the thing that cools CPU. I can't. It's been a while, so don't at me. But yeah, pretty much, I was refurbishing. So how it would go was these are refurbished. We're refurbishing these servers so that we get sent back to Nvidia. Nvidia would send it to us, and then we would go through, disinspect it, refurbish it, make sure everything's working properly. And once everything's working properly, and then we will send it back to Nvidia, so that way they can go rent it out to another client or of theirs or whatnot. So pretty cool job. And then especially my favorite part about working in the server room was the fan, because we had different server testers. We had like, I don't know how many. We had like 15 server testers. And those fans would kick in, and you hear that. It would be loud, but the fans kick in and kept it cool. So it was pretty cool working in the server room. And then eventually I ended up leaving that job. So I wanted to be in the server team full time, but they just wouldn't let me. So they pulled me back, and then they hired somebody else. So, but I was already trained up, but neither here nor there. So, but it was one of my first learning lessons about how things go. And it was kind of corporate, not really corporate, but first to learn a lesson. So after that, I end up, like I said, I ended up leaving that job. I was worried now, like, you're not working again. What are you going to do? You're at home, you're in the game all day, you're not doing anything. I'm like, little did she realize I had all these recruiters. The whole time I was there, I was with my stuff together, my LinkedIn. I'm still using a little bit of Indeed at the time, but still, I was getting LinkedIn together. So now I'm getting recruiters. I'm getting phone calls every single day around the clock. And eventually, boom, one struck. Literally the following, within the same month I left, boom, recruit struck. The next month I already had me a job lined up at Wells Fargo. So first Fortune 500 giant. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So, like I said, the whole time I was not working, I was where you're here in the game, you're not doing nothing, and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, my phone blowing up, so I ain't even worried. So, and then but she didn't see that. So, of course, moms. So I got my start at Wells Fargo. It was help desk role, but even though on my resume I have it set as junior IM analyst, this was really what I was doing. I doing the access management work while at Wells Fargo. It was your typical help desk. I'm not troubleshooting little stuff. I'm not, hey, this is broken, can you help me fix this? Good. If anything, my day-to-day look like Wells Fargo was password resets, using CyberArk to grab credentials, using Okta as doing Okta administration for different things of verifying identities and all the things Okta has to offer. I didn't have to troubleshoot anything. If anything, I was helping people log in, verifying their identity first before I even helped the individual through the verification process, and then helping people get their credentials and get access to the systems they need to get access to. I was not troubleshooting. The only thing I was doing was troubleshooting identities and access. It's just figure out, okay, why can they log into this and what's going on over here in this system. Workday, learning how to check different systems. I mean, I didn't have to do any, like, hey, this is wrong with my laptop. That wasn't my job. They had other teams for that. So that's so it's a pretty cool part about it. That's why I call that role my junior identity access management role. So one thing you learn if you're in tech now is the fact that you could be doing a role and they'll give you a title, but you could be doing something completely opposite of that title. So like when I use the title you give me when my work really reflects, this is what I'm doing over here. So it's not lying. It's literally, like, as long as you can speak on the topic and talk about the things you did that relate to your title, you're not lying. It's just, you're not just using the official title they gave you. You're honestly, that's how you just work the system. But yes, I was just doing passwords, administration, CyberArk, credentials, Active Directory, everything all in their internal systems at Wells Fargo. And just from a recruiter, that's when I caught the recruiter bug. So like I said, I got recruited to my last role as a repair tech, and then another recruiter hit me up about this role. Then my next role, I was at talks at Wells Fargo. While I was still working at Wells Fargo, and at the time I was working at Wells Fargo, I was 20 years old, and I was 20 years old working at Wells Fargo, and mind you, this time I'm really preparing to like leave my mom's place. I'm ready to go be an adult. It's time for me to move and groove. I don't know about other 20-year-olds. Being 20, me as a 20-year-old, I was ready. I'm trying to go live up, trying to have my own crib, my own car. I'm trying to go live. Being up on mama's roof is like it's cramping me. I'm like, I need to be free. So yeah, so I'm 20 at the time working at Wells Fargo, and I started getting my taste of like a little real money. This money I was kind of dreamed of. So I'm making like $18 an hour, and that's what I consider real money at the time. But I don't knock 18, making 18, whatever. I understand but we all know we always want more. So, but for me, that made my world at the time. I'm like, so at the time my bed broke. I'm working from home full time, so I need to get a desk, a chair, a new bed. I want to get an extra monitor, everything. So now I got money, and now I'm making 18 an hour working from home. My first work, I wasn't really doing any month work, so I'm just getting paid for practically doing nothing. So I was just kind of enjoying it. And then even when I did start working, that's when things kind of slowed down a little bit. But because, like I said, that's still that help desk kind of work. I'm glued to the phone, so I can't leave up. I'm on the phone line, so if a call comes in, I gotta on the spot answer it. So it's not all sweet and glamorous like you think it is. Still better than most jobs, but yeah. So my phone, and then call comes in. Okay, who can't log into this? Something workday. Something's wrong with my password. I need to just reset. Okay, cool. So yeah, so I worked at Wells Fargo for 5 months, I believe, and then towards the end in December, I was getting tired of it. I need December. I'm just like, I need something new. So I had moved out of my mom's place. My move out date was December 1st, not December 1st, December 12th, 2022. I moved out. I was like, I did it, made it. Went out my own crib. She gave me some furniture from the place, everything like that. So I'm on spot, Dallas, 20 years old. So I'm feeling like the man. So move out. Time we were staying like Addison area. I don't know if you know that area, Addison area in Dallas. I'm over here, living quiet suburban life over in Carrollton area, and I love it. Love it over here. Makes you probably make the jump to Plano. So yeah. So got my own little crib, and I was like, all right, cool. And I felt like I made it. So same time as now, I'm like, still ain't got no car. So still got a problem here. And yeah, so eventually I got another recruiter I talked to her previously when I left my job, my sweatshop job as a repair tech at RecuReach. And reached out to me. It was shout out to my boy Hayden. We had talks of doing something, but that ultimately ended up falling through. But he had followed up with me. That's what keeps part of building relationships and networking. So he liked me so much, and so I was ambitious, and he gave me about an opportunity about becoming a support engineer. I'm like, well, this is what I need to get up out of. I need to get up out the trenches. I need this opportunity. So he hit me up. He's like, hey, I think you'd be a great fit. I hope the last guy getting this role. I think you'd be a good fit in this role too, and all this kind of stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, and then they're offering this much money an hour, and I'm like, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let's go for this. Let's get this ball rolling. So started working there. I got the job, interviewed, got the job, started working there January 14th, January 16th. I can't remember the exact date, but working there in January, leaving Wells Fargo, and then. But mind you, this job it's down somewhere. I need to get a car. So I'm like, so a week before I started working there, it only took me a week to find a car. I think it only took me like 3 days because it took me 1 day to find a car. It took me 1 day to get the loan. And it took me 1 day to get the car. So it took me 3 days. 3 days total. 3 days. So I got the car, and yeah, so give me a little 2018 Chevy Cruze. That's my baby. I love her. I love her to death. Don't ever touch my baby. Yeah. So I got my 2018 Chevy Cruze. And now I'm really feeling accomplished. Now I'm like, okay, I got the crib, I got the car, I got a new job, making more money. What can get so much more better than this? So start working. So now I'm driving to work, and so it's pretty cool at first. And then, mind you, at the time, my coworker, the guy that was training me, because it was only him managing this whole entire our client. This company I work for is based out of in Baltimore, so we live here in Dallas, and so we work at our client's headquarters. And his wife is having a baby. So it was supposed to, the baby had started to come early, so he had to leave me like, here, I'm handing you keys to the place. It's all yours. Go ahead and manage the client. I'm like, I'm like, this is my first big role. So yeah, let's call it the trial by fire. That's what I like to call it, the trial by fire. So I learned some stuff I was doing. I wear many hats. I was a consultant because I'm dealing directly with executives. I am a consultant. I'm an engineer. I'm a many different types of engineer: network engineer, identity access management engineer. Anything breaks, I'm a repair tech as well. Anything breaks and all, hey, my laptop's having problems, cool. Microsoft Word's not working, Outlook's not working, boom, fix that. Hey, I need my password reset. Hey, can you create the share mailbox distribution list? And mind you, our client had different centers based in Texas, Oklahoma, and Colorado. So I'm servicing them remotely. So I also have a ticket system I got to serve, as well as I'm servicing their headquarters. So it's a combination of things where I'm trying to split my time between getting tickets done, because my company around that time when I first started, they had 1,600 employees, which is all on me to service. And then by the end of it, they had 2,600 employees. They grew 1,000. I was there for like 9 months. They grew 1,000 employees in 9 months. So I had to, some of the big things I did there was I had to revamp the whole entire onboarding, offboarding process for how we create identities, because the centers needed their, when they have new hires, like I say, they're hiring. I'm doing about creating 50 to 80 accounts. I'm creating every Monday, I'm creating about between 50 to 80 accounts every Monday. As well as at this time we had a semi-automated script where I'm going to do a lot of different things identity-wise. So I had to take the lead and schedule meetings and get different departments to talk with each other. That's the biggest thing, is you need different departments to talk to each other. It's not as easy, and understand the lingo, then as well as a lot of my work I was talking with the CFO on a regular basis, because everything I do requires money in the budget. So like I said, my company is based out in Baltimore. I'm here in Dallas. So my manager and all them, they leave it up to me. They consult to me. They come to me and be like, hey, so what's going on? Give me the spiel. So I'm having to, like I said, they trust me. So as long as they hear no problems, which they never heard problems, so they were like, oh, you got it. Oh, you're fine. I'm like, when I'm over here losing my mind, I'm like, so much. So I think I did require money. So me and the CFO on a regular basis every week, we're talking money. Hey, I need to get this done. You get that done. How much is it going to cost? Can you cut cost here? I'm helping cut costs, saving money wherever I can, as well as cleaning up Microsoft licenses, all this kind of stuff. And worked there for 9 months, and that was the best experience I've ever gotten, because I got to do so many tools like Azure, Cisco Meraki for the network, Microsoft Intune, managing devices. I've experienced with Excel, Outlook, Exchange Center. I'm doing everything. And honestly, it was stressful, but at the same time, I also love that feeling of having my hands. I got really to be able to get hands on. This is what really built me. And so ultimately, worked there for 9 months. Had a tremendous amount of experience. Hey, shout out to the company I work for, Alliance. And so then I ended up getting the opportunity of a lifetime, the role that I truly wanted, which is official cybersecurity title. At my current company, I work at CBS, and I got a recruiter reach out to me. Hey, I got this opportunity. I'm like, CBS doing an identity access management analyst. I'm like, say less. So he reached out to me the first initial time. They were moving slow. The team that was looking to hire was moving slow. And he hit me about another team. Like, hey, the other team's moving slow. Let's try to get you on this other team. This team, boom, right off rip. All I had to do was all I had to really do is interview with the recruiter, show some pay stubs because there's a lot of people at the time, trying to fake their experience, so like that. So they revamp some teams, get rid of some people, and then they have a way to verify you with pay stubs to make sure you actually worked at where you worked at. And so I had said goodbye to my job. It was kind of tough letting go because people at the office loved me, my coworkers loved me, everything. It was just a tremendous experience. Even like I remember the week of my birthday, they flew me and my coworker out to Baltimore, so it was a fun time going out there in Baltimore. Pretty much everything all paid for, and had a good time. That's when I turned 21. Birthday's May 9th, so literally actually the day of my birthday, we flew out to Baltimore. I had my first legal drink. So and yeah, so it was fun time, and so it was kind of a lot of memories, but it was hard to let go. But at the same time, it's my dream. I'm not letting anything get in the way of my dream. So but yeah, so that's how I end up here where I'm at now, doing IAM for CVS. And so I won't say too much currently about what I'm doing, but you get the picture. Creating identity, shared mailboxes, giving access to different system, entitlements, provisioning, blah blah blah. I can go down the whole list, but pretty much my story. I wouldn't say my story is exceptional because I didn't have an exceptional story, but more so it was a lot of hard work and dedication, because there's a lot I skimmed over about my time at Alliance, of where all the certifications I had got while I was there, all the things I was learning on the side, learning how to do PowerShell, learning PowerShell, Python, just the countless hours I put in studying and working hard, improving my LinkedIn, all the things that went in behind the scenes. That's really what my channel is going to be about, show you how things are really made behind the scenes. That's really where I'm trying to get at with this. So I don't know if you know that show, like how it's made. I don't think that's what it's named, but they show you like the factory, like showing you how a Hershey bar is made, how a tire is made. And so that's my goal with the channel, is to show you get ready the woohoo magic that a lot of content creators like to put out there, and like, oh, you just do this, do that, and you boom, you're in, or hey, 90 days you can get cybersecurity. That's all a lie. Ain't no magical 90 days or magical 6 months. If anybody does get in those magical 90s, they're an anomaly. They're one-on-one. That's a lot of stories that you hear out there, is these one-on-one stories. I'm going to show you the true process of how I was able to do it. Like I said, my process may not work for you, but it's my process, and ultimately I know it works. So seeing other people do it may take them longer, or they may get in quicker. This is depending on how much hard work, time, and dedication you put in. And yeah, so I'll be showing you everything you need to know, as well as eventually I plan on trying to do like some mentorships and just try to mentor people, get in cybersecurity. I'm passionate about what I do. I love what I do. I love I'm not gonna be talking about general broad cybersecurity, do this, threat detection, threat analysis, all that. I specialize in identity access management. That's what I'm sticking to, what I know. I'm not gonna talk out the side of my neck and be like, oh yeah, do this. Honestly, I can't help you too much there. I'll try to help as best as possible, but I know is what I know. So yeah, but just thank you for tuning into this video. And then as well as one thing I want to mention before I go is why I call this channel Everyday Cyber Villain. I'm going to be the villain of the tech industry. I will be that bad guy that will call it how it is, call things out. Like, I will be saying what everybody else is thinking, but it's too afraid to say. That is my goal with this channel, is to call it out, to say how it is. Because honestly, I know those of you that are in tech trying to transition to somewhere else, and there's a lot of that fluff content out there. Enough's enough. I'm tired of that. So we're gonna knock all that out the way. I will be reacting to content, other creators' content. I will be do as much as possible, but most of it I'm trying to be reaction content, as well as showing you some gems on how to properly study for certain things. Whatever you really need, I'll be taking polls, whatever kind of help, advice, and tips you need. Like I said, go in the comments. I will get to as many comments as possible. You got any questions or anything like that, I'm here for y'all. That's honestly what I'm here. I'm here to be the bad guy. Even though secretly I consider myself a good guy, but I'm here to give the things they don't want you to know behind the scenes. So yeah, thank you for tuning in to today's video. Welcome to the Everyday Cyber Villain. So not cyber, but tech villain. But all right, thank you.